Mr. President, I rise today, though, to recognize the efforts of the men and women who serve their neighbors every day as federal, state, county, or municipal workers. In 1985, Public Service Roundtable, which was support from Congress, started the very first public service recognition week to honor the hard work public employees do on our behalf and the sacrifices they often make in doing so. Since then, the first week of May has been officially designated by Congress as the Public Service Recognition Week. And this week is the 30th anniversary, and I think a perfect opportunity for each of us to show our appreciation to the millions of public servants in our communities and across our country. Over the past several months, I've been coming to the Senate floor, as some of my colleagues know, to highlight the important work being done by public employees at the Department of Homeland Security. In particular, over 200,000 men and women work at the Department of Homeland Security, and while their jobs are diverse, they share one common mission. That is to keep our country a safe, secure, and resilient place where American way of life can thrive. And whether they're patrolling our borders, whether they're responding to natural disasters, or whether they're bolstering our defenses in the cyberspace, these public servants touch the lives of Americans every day. Today, I rise to recognize two more outstanding public servants at DHS, this time from the Transportation Security Administration, which we call TSA. As you may recall, TSA was established after the devastating September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks with a mission to better protect our nation's transportation systems. Today, TSA employs some 47,000 transportation security officers at over 440 airports nationwide. And each year, those officers screen about 660 million travelers and nearly 1.5 billion bags. TSA is also the lead agency in securing our surface transportation networks, including our roads, our bridges, tunnels, railroads, and maritime ports. If you've ever taken a flight, chances are you've seen the men and women of TSA in action. And if you haven't seen them, you certainly enjoy the benefits of the important work that they do behind the scenes to keep us safe. I'd like to take a moment today, though, Mr. President, to recognize one of those TSA employees who's keeping our skies safer. Her name is Elizabeth Beth, goes by Beth Lesky. Beth Lesky. Beth is one of those TSA employees who's usually out of sight, but whose work nonetheless is vital. She's a secure flight program analyst in the TSA Office of Intelligence and Analysis. Originally from Michigan, she's lived in Severn here in Maryland for the last 2 decades with her husband, David. After graduating with a BS in aviation management, Beth worked in the airlines industry for 21 years before joining the Secure Flight Program. Over the past 4 years, Beth has worked at TSA as a customer service agent, customer service supervisor, and now as a program analyst in the Secure Flight Operation Center. Here she is, a picture between our Secretary of the Department, Jay Johnson, and our Deputy Secretary, Ali Mayorkas. Over the past 4 years, Beth has worked again in those different roles at Secure Flight Operations Center. Secure Flight is a program that enhances aviation security by running the names of passengers against the government's watch list of known or suspected terrorists. In other words, Beth helps keep bad people off of planes by ensuring that those who receive boarding passes are not on our government list of individuals prohibited from flying. According to her colleagues, Beth works tirelessly to synchronize all the moving parts at her operations center. They say Beth always goes above and beyond the call of duty. She strives to make life easier for her fellow analysts, developing checklists, spreadsheets, and calendars, and calendar invitations to keep individuals accountable and organized. Her colleague, James Billups, says that Beth, and this is his quote, inspires everyone around her and truly brings the best out of people. And I can see why. In addition to her positive energy in the workforce, she is widely recognized at TSA and the department for always lending a helping hand at employee morale events. She's also known for welcoming new recruits to the Capital Region with a unique welcome aboard package. It's actions like these that show that Beth has truly embodied TSA's core value of team spirit. In 2014, Beth received the Secretary's Award for Exemplary Service for her steadfast and outstanding assistance to the entire team in the Secure Flight Operations Center. And when she's not securing our skies, Beth likes to run and travel the world, pursuits that she and I actually share in common. We have another very important thing in common, that's the United States Navy. Beth is retired Chief Petty Officer, 21 years of service with the U.S. Naval Reserve. I retired Navy captain, spent a few years in airplanes with the Navy around the world. My dad was a chief in the Navy as well. But on behalf of the U.S. Senate and really on behalf of all Americans, Beth, I just want to thank you. We want to thank you for your exemplary service to our country. Before I close, Mr. President, I'd like to take just a couple more minutes to recognize the service and sacrifice of one more TSA employee. Her name is Carol Rischel. Carol Rischel. And as you can see, Mr. President, even though the TSA is often the target of criticism and frustration, their mission at the end of the day is to save lives. Our lives, our lives. Carol reminded us of this mission just a couple of months ago when a man wielding a machete attacked her and her colleagues at the Louis Armstrong Airport in New Orleans. A native of St. Ignace, Michigan, Carol has worked as a TSA officer at the New Orleans Airport since October 2003 and has been a TSA supervisory officer since October of 2005. She's known by her colleagues to step up on a moment's notice, and the latest incident was no exception. As many of us may remember from the news stories, in March, a deranged man began to attack a number of TSA agents at the security checkpoint at the New Orleans airport. The man sprayed insect repellent in the face of an officer, pulled a machete from his waistband of his pants, and began swinging the weapon in the direction of other TSA officers. And watching from her post, Carol yelled at the passengers in the area to run. Her warning also attracted the attention of the attacker, and at the moment he started to run toward Carol. As the man got closer to her, Lieutenant Heather Sylvie of the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office began firing at him. Lieutenant Sylvie shot the assailant 3 times, wounding him and incapacitating him on the site. He later died as a result of those wounds. Unfortunately, one of the shots also hit Carol in the arm. Injured but undeterred, she reported to her post the very next day, ready to work. Not the next week, not the next month, the next day. And when asked about her work by the St. Ignace News, she said, here's her quote, "I enjoy my job, and I feel that what we do is a necessary thing. This is an example of why it's necessary." According to her colleagues, Carol is known for her hard work, her dedication to TSA's mission, and her sincere interest in the well-being of the entire team. And when she's not at work, Carol enjoys caring for her animals, and our colleague from Oklahoma will like this. She enjoys caring for animals and dedicating herself to Bible studies. Carol's bravery and commitment to her colleagues and the public she serves truly exemplifies TSA's core value of integrity, innovation, and team spirit. To Beth and to Carol, I want to just say this. Let every day you go to work. We want you to know that your help to ensure the safety of your fellow Americans and the security of our transportation system, which serves us all. We're grateful for that. Thank you for both the tireless dedication and invaluable service to our nation and its people. And to all the public employees across this country and beyond our borders who give us 110% every day, let me close by saying this. I want you to know that what you do every day is important to me and to all the colleagues with whom I'm privileged to serve here in this body. I hope, we hope, your work and your service fills your life with meaning and with happiness. And on behalf of the people that we serve together, thank you for what you do. May God continue to bless each of you and this country we love.